If you were invested in Luna Classic before the depegging and before the crash, and you suffered a significant loss, and if you're willing to talk about it on video, reach out to me in the comment section. Let me know how I can get a hold of you. And I'm looking to maybe put together uh, kind of a little documentary about some of these stories, because I think that there are a lot of people out there who don't really understand how bad this was. And hearing your stories could really get that information out and really help actually in the process of restoring what is now LUNC, Luna Classic. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot. What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Trev. I have not given an update on Luna Classic, LUNC, in a little while. But that's not because there hasn't been a lot of stuff going on. There has. It's being covered to death, which is great, to be honest with you. There's plenty of information out there for you. So I have been concentrating on some other things, but definitely keeping an eye on this because I am invested in LUNC. But there's something I wanted to talk to you about briefly about it today. We all need to jump in here and help out a little bit, help ourselves, really. So, a few days ago, this tweet rather, that we're looking at right now came out. So now the Terra Rebels have been updating the software. We've talked about this. Everyone's talked about it. Trying to reestablish governance. A lot of different things happening to try to get LUNC back on its feet because it was abandoned, right? Okay, we know all that stuff. So they've come out with software after software, these different clients for the existing validators to jump on board. If they install it, then they're running the new software and we get this thing going again. Okay, so anyway, all right. For those wondering about the countdown, it's official. Terra Classic Core version 5.22, just call it version 22, has been released with instructions for validators to install. Okay, so all the existing validators, all they have to do is go to the GitHub. They can install. They know how to do it. Okay, it's all the technical stuff that we don't deal with here. But they can install this pretty easy. They've made it very simple for them to do. This includes the past governance 3568, the 1.2% transactional tax, right, that we're all waiting for. 4095, which will make staking available again. Utility, okay, which obviously we need. 4159, the distribution. And so again, all they have to do is click on it and install it. So if I understand correctly, we need, and this happened just a few days ago, right? August 19th, this was released. It's what's it, 22nd today. We need 2/3 of the existing validators to adopt this new client, to install the software and get it running, for all this to happen, for everything to just go down, everything that we're talking about, bring the staking, bring the 1.2%. Obviously, then we got to get the exchanges to implement it as well. But I mean, one step at a time. Okay, we need to get this. We need to get this 2/3 within 2-3 days, whatever it is. We're almost at 50% of them. The last number I heard, I think, was 49.7% of the validators have installed the new software, are running on the new client. Okay. There are some holdouts, and why exactly they're holding out, I don't know, right? They've all got their own personal reasons. Maybe this is just speculation. Maybe some of them are waiting to see, that there's no problems with it, that, other people are running it and it's going fine. Some of them might just be against it altogether. There are a handful, maybe four of them, I think, that have refused to adopt any of these new clients and have been what they call jailed. It's basically a penalty that if they don't adopt the new client within a certain amount of time, it takes their validating away, basically, right? They can fix it by just installing the new client and jumping on board. So here's what we need to do, okay? Because the team getting this together is not just the Terra Rebels, all right? You got the Terra Rebels who are doing the software stuff. They're also, I mean, and honestly, let's keep in mind, this has all happened over the matter of a couple months. It feels like we've been doing this for like a year, right? It's only been a couple months. What they have accomplished in that time is nothing short of phenomenal, in my opinion. Now, if they were, this is why I use the word phenomenal. If they were getting paid to do this from the start, I'd say, hey, they're doing their job. They've done a great job. You know, they're very capable. These are some of the words I would use. But these guys have been doing all this stuff, these men and women, have been doing all this stuff on a volunteer basis. It's phenomenal, okay? It's the only word I can really think of. So anyway, they're doing their part as far as getting the software back together. But I mean, they've even gone to, you know, bringing, you know, looking at partnerships and looking at other utility to bring back, because we need, and I've always said this, to me, there's like three major parts of the pie for a cryptocurrency, okay? Utility being a huge chunk of that pie, all right? Popularity, another huge chunk. And supply, I've always said, depending on what the supply is. So we want to install this 1.2% burn tax because we want to burn off, you know, the additional supply that was created during the crash. But we also need to get utility, bring utility back, and they've been working on that for us. There are other things that are happening. If we reinstall staking, that's a huge utility, okay? And we need to get the supply down. So they're part of the team. They're a big part of the team. But you also have all the other projects that are working on burning, okay, and getting the supply down. They're all part of the team. But we're part of the team too. If you're invested in LUNC, whether you invested after the crash or you were invested in Luna before the depegging, and you're holding on to your bag, whatever's going on, we are all part of the team. Okay, so here's what I want everybody to do to the best of your ability. It's the work that we can do. Okay. We need to get the rest of these validators on board. So, let me see. This is the list, and if you need to pause this video and write some of these names down, feel free to do so. But this is the list currently of, as you see, who's missing. The validators who have not yet implemented this version 22. And, you know, as time goes on, they're all being worked on. Some of them might be on the cusp of doing it. Some of them might be a little further away from doing it. But here's what I would like to ask, okay? If everyone could write down, let's say, 10 of these names. If you want to feel ambitious and do 20 or all of them, the more obviously you can do, the better. But let's say minimum 10 of these names. And don't write down the first 10 on the list. Skip around, because if everybody writes down the first 10, those are the only ones that will get contacted, right? We need to contact these guys. And the way to do it, I'll show you how to do it and how to get their information in a second. But we need to contact them. And listen, honey, not vinegar, all right? Don't come at these guys with, oh, why haven't you, blah, 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 blah. You know, listen, don't come at them hard. Because I know when people come at me hard in the comment section and stuff like that, it's like, brush that off my shoulder. I don't even pay attention to it, okay? Here's what we need to do. Very short paragraph, 4 or 5 sentences or whatever, okay? Hey, I'm invested in, you know, don't copy my words exactly, but here's the gist of it. Hey, I'm invested in Luna Classic, LUNC, and I see that there's a new client available, new software for you guys, and I was wondering if you're going to be installing that sometime soon. It would really help us all out. I mean, word it however you want to word it. Just be nice about it. Please and thank you. Okay? Because, like I said, honey, not vinegar. These guys, if they see you coming at them hard, they're not even going to pay attention to it. But what we need is sincere, heartfelt, messages to these guys, asking them to please jump on board. All right. If you were invested after the crash, that's what I would suggest. If you were invested before the crash and you want to write something maybe a little more extensive, again, don't go crazy with, 3 and 4 paragraphs, because these guys are busy. They might not read it all. Keep everything as truncated as you can, but maybe tell your story a little bit. This is what I had before the depegging, before the crash, and this is how it affected me and affected my family. This is what it would mean to us if we could recoup some of what we lost. And this is what it would mean to us if you would adopt the new client and try to help out. Get your story out there, all right? Don't feel shy about writing your story. Again, keep it short, all right? But get the point across and let these guys know this is why we would want you to do this. This is why we need you to do this, okay? This is what we lost, all right? These are the kind of messages that pull at the heartstrings and make these guys maybe sway them over to, yeah, you know what I mean? It's the right thing to do. We need to jump on board with this, okay? Don't make stuff up. Be sincere about it and just be honest, okay? That's what I'm suggesting. Now, again, pause it. Write down as many as you can, as ambitious as you want to be. And what I suggest is go into notes, do whatever, write out what you're going to write out, and then you can just copy paste it to everyone. You don't have to write everybody something new. Just copy paste it and send it to everyone, okay? Now, here's how. So if you go to Terra Station, okay, terrastation.com, Terra Station Money, whatever it is, Terra Station, I'm not even on the right network. I'm not even on Classic, but it doesn't matter. If you go over to where it says stake, you can get a list of the validators. So you take that list, the ones that you just wrote down, okay, and you match them up here, and you find them. And when you click into any one of these guys, you can get their contact information. Okay, let me just I don't know. Let me go to somebody, right? So I'm gonna go to Crypto Plant. This is one of the ones that I recognize from the list who has not yet adopted the new client. Okay, so if we go in here, boom, here's his or her, I don't know, email address. You can go to their Twitter and tag them if you can't, DM them if you can. If you can't, tag them, okay? You can do that. It gives you the Telegram. I mean, all right, and just what you copy pasted, just send it to all. You don't have to write something new. Just copy paste and send it to all these different ways to get a hold of these guys. Now let's be honest, right? You're going to be on Facebook, you're going to be on Twitter, you're going to be texting and messaging all kind of crap all day long anyway that doesn't mean anything, right? Because this is what we do for fun. So why not take some of that time and do something that's actually going to help you, going to help the community? If you're going to be online texting and messaging anyway, do something productive, okay? Pick out 10, just 10 of these guys, random on that list, and send something out to them. I've showed you how to find them. It's really, really simple. You'd be helping yourself. You'd be helping the whole community. Get them to help us. This is what we need to do. This is all I really wanted to talk to you about today. There's a million other things going on, and you can get that information in a million different places. But when something happens that I think is, something that I can speak on, or something that I feel like we can do easy enough, I'll bring it to you, and that's what we're talking about. All right. So yeah. If you can do that, that'd be awesome. Listen, at the end of this video, before you take off, if you can hit the like button, leave a comment if you want to. If you have any questions, ask questions. If I don't have the answers, I've got access to some of these guys. I can maybe try to get you some answers. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out, all right? Okay, that's it. Have a great day. Ciao.